Today, Shiri.
It is. It's going to be real toasty out there. So I want to start with a look at the weather from your window this morning because we do have a really pretty sunrise, a little pastel on the horizon here as we look over the Zakim Bridge. Next couple of hours, I've got temperatures in the 70s, so it's balmy. And it's muggy this morning, so it's going to be warm, no jackets needed. We've got a lot of humid air that is going to really define the forecast for a lot of this week. That right there, tropical depression Chantal. We've got a little remnant moisture from that's going to pass through overnight tonight. A front tomorrow. This front right here is also going to enhance the chance for some thunderstorms for your Tuesday plans. But what I want to do is fast forward to this afternoon. We still have the chance for maybe an isolated thunderstorm or two in Massachusetts. Most of you will be dry, but the potential is there to squeeze out a couple of storms. Best chance would be in western Massachusetts or in Connecticut this afternoon. But again, I don't want you to let your guard down. Better bet is for some overnight rain with that tropical moisture passing over the Cape and the islands really early tomorrow morning, some scattered showers there. And then our best chance is actually going to be tomorrow afternoon. Front comes in, it clashes with that hot and humid air, and it's going to trigger some stronger thunderstorms on Tuesday. High temperatures between today and tomorrow, probably like 89 or 90 degrees. Next 2 days are going to be hot and humid, you guys. After that, the next thing on your radar is a temperature drop that rolls in Wednesday, continues through the end of the week. Keep in mind, it's still going to be humid, even though it's not going to be. No, the storms are going to last for a chunk of the morning. Then this afternoon is looking a little bit better out there for most of us. Weather from your window, like Kelly said, the fog and the low clouds taken over, and this is ahead of our next batch of rain that's moving into Boston. So over the next couple of hours, we do have a wave of showers, some localized downpours, maybe even a flash of lightning that you should be aware of. Temperatures kind of hovering around 69 or 70 degrees. So we've got this batch here. This is the one that gets in around 7 a.m. in the Boston area. But as you look out west, you can see there's some more showers down the line as well. And we're going to have to watch those as everything is sliding eastward. That means 7-8. We've got a batch of showers in the greater Boston area. You can see around 8 a.m. another wave gets into Worcester. So this is probably going to last part of the morning as well. By noontime, I'm expecting dry weather in Boston. In most locations, could be still a lingering shower in a couple of spots. But you'll see that the afternoon really isn't a washout. What we have are a couple isolated showers popping up. So, you know, in the scope of things, most of you will be dry versus wet this afternoon, but there will be some activity out there, and it's really hard to pinpoint exactly where that's going to be. So let's just make sure you're staying weather aware. We've got a wave of rain tomorrow morning as well that will last through about lunchtime, if not early afternoon. But the second half of the afternoon looks decent with some cracks in the clouds later on Thursday. So highs today make it into the low and mid 70s at the coastline. We've got a few 80s inland. It's 70s instead of 90s. In fact, that forecast of 74 is 20 degrees cooler today than it was yesterday in Boston. We do have some showers around tonight. I want you to keep in mind that we've got developing downpours, and then for tomorrow at 73 degrees, at least morning. We are on a weather alert. We're going to stay on a weather alert all morning, and it's mainly because of torrential rain and imminent flooding in spots. It is going to be a rough morning across Massachusetts. We've got visibility issues because of fog and that heavy rain, and there's also going to be a lightning threat because there is going to be some lightning with some of the heaviest downpours. Right now, live look outside. This is from our rooftop camera outside of our station here in Dedham. This is one of the spots under a flash flood warning right now. We've got some heavy rain coming down. Sometimes I don't feel like these cameras do it justice. This is a pretty heavy rain, and areas that are taking the brunt of it now go from Dedham to Norwood down to Sharon, Franklin, Quincy. You can see that band of heavy rain. The red outline is where that flash flood warning will be in effect for the next couple of hours. And we've essentially got rain that is filling in and continuing to build into these spots. So we're looking at the potential of 1 or 2 inches of rain per hour. We might have to get additional flash flood warnings issued. National Weather Service, of course, the one that's issuing those, but I wouldn't be surprised to see some of those issued in the Worcester Hills either. As you can see, some heavy rain right now between Worcester County as well as Connecticut and Rhode Island at this moment. Again, that's where we have the heaviest rain, but even outside of that, we've got showers. Looks like a little break is building into areas like the south coast right now, but I wouldn't expect it to last all morning. What you'll find is that we have pockets of heavy rain now, for the next couple hours, basically through noontime. I do think by noontime, the heaviest rain is going to be focused pretty far into southeastern Mass, like over the Cape and the Islands. Boston, a little showery, but after that, we do start to dry out from west to east during the afternoon. This right here is just a chance for a pop-up thunderstorm in western Massachusetts. Afternoon is going to end up being dry for many of us, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's still kind of murky and foggy, especially over the Cape and along the coastline. Temperatures today are going to sit in the upper 60s, lower 70s. Don't plan on an enormous warm up today. And with so much moisture out there, we've got this high humidity. We're going to have a lot of rain today. There's a lot of potential for fog during the overnight hours. We'll start with fog tomorrow, but I've got 70s at the beaches, 80s inland. We'll see developing sunshine for your Friday plans, which is good news as well into the weekend. Keeping it dry with highs in the 80s in the greater Boston area. If you're headed down to the Cape, we'll go with 70s and partly cloudy skies both Saturday and Sunday. No rain in the forecast. The one exception to that is going to be Lakes region, where we could see a thunderstorm or two on Saturday afternoon. Otherwise, North Shore and Seacoast also looking soon. So the expressway is under this flash flood warning that you can see highlighted in red out there. Some of the heaviest rain that I have right now is Canton, Braintree, and Quincy, and these showers are so slow to move. So oftentimes I like to put a tracker on here and tell you when they're going to get in your town or city or leave your town or city. And this heavy rain is just going to continue. In fact, this flash flood warning goes until 9 o'clock this morning. We've got heavy rain back along the Mass Pike into parts of central Mass, especially just south of that, northern Rhode Island, parts of northeastern Connecticut, also under flash flood warnings right now. My main concern is really going to be street flooding today, streams and creeks next. Coastal flooding shouldn't be an issue today. It's all the water that's going to be coming from the sky that's going to be the issue today. Next couple of hours, you're hanging out in the 60s. It's going to be murky. It's going to be muggy. It is going to be soaking wet out there. Obviously, visibility issues are going to come along with the heavy rain because it's blinding, and we've also got some extent of fog out there this morning, too. So this area of low pressure right now, as it tracks through this morning, is going to enhance our rainfall. Once it shifts to our east, we are going to see some afternoon improvements. It's not going to bust out into sunshine and be a gorgeous day, but second half of the day doesn't look quite as awful as the morning hours. And honestly, for the next couple of hours, it is more of the same. The area of heaviest rain may shift a little bit, but we are going to continue to see flooding concerns throughout the morning hours. By noontime, you can see that we have improvements getting into Boston, but we've still got some pockets of rain affecting southeastern Mass and heavy rain over the Cape and the Islands. That drying continues during the afternoon hours, so most of you are dry this afternoon and mostly cloudy. Clouds especially thick at the coastline, but anywhere where we get some breaks of sun, especially out in western Massachusetts, we do have the chance for a pop-up thunderstorm this afternoon. So most of you dry and cloudy for the second half of the day, upper 60s, lower 70s. Tomorrow, we're actually going to be back in the 80s inland, keeping those beaches a little cooler, and tomorrow we finally get some increasing sunshine. It's a slow process, so if you're coming out to see us at the Quincy Zip Trip, which goes from 7 to 10 a.m., when we're initially setting up, there might be a little fog or mist, but honestly, it's looking dry and mostly cloudy with temperatures upper 60s, lower 70s. That's actually pretty comfortable, especially compared to the recent heat that we've had. You can see 80s are back, especially inland for the weekend with the beaches from Boston down to the Cape, sticking with those 70s. We're going to hold off on any kind of rain chances unless you're in extreme north.